Good morning, everybody. Cheers. Coffee. Hot coffee. Yum, 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 yum. How's everyone doing? Apart from MakerCast, it's been 2 weeks since I last streamed. I took last week off. I needed a break. I was super tired. But I am back with mail. Lots of mail. I've touched the package. What? Oh, but I haven't opened it. The boxes are still sealed. They're still taped up. But I wanted to get the plastic off. The plastic was actually really dirty. So I just wanted to get rid of it. Yeah. So, is everyone well? How is everyone? Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. I can't do his thing. Let's quickly go through and say hi to everyone in the chat. Arnold, hello. Yes, it's mails from a lot more than what did I just buy this week. Yes. Shaq, how you doing? Dave, good morning. Peter, hello. Graham, Embedded Hobbyist. Hello, Paul. And Sylvia, if you're listening. And another Paul. And another Peter. Homan, how you doing? Rota, hello. Photochromax. Andy Mouse. Tiny LED Matrix, hello. Henrik. Braden. Michael. And Bruce, hello Bruce. 10, 9, love, and what? Was that a countdown? I don't know. Hello, Helmet. And Andy. Adrian, hello. Peter S, hi. Randall. And Gary T. Cable Tie. I think we've done a switcheroo of the avatars. Adam P, hello. Folknology, hi. Dave Hines. Oh, and it's jumped. Azzy, hi. Sven, hello. Kai. Theodore. Tafsi. Theodore lives and breathes. That's always good. I think breathing is a prerequisite for living. I think. Tishipu, hello. Don't know what that is. What's Guet a big? What does that mean? Hello, Fred Flintstone. Marius, hello. How are you, mate? Haven't spoken in a while. Hello, James. Hi, Jonathan in London. Hello, Mark Olson. Cat in the box. Very cute. Envin Soktmen. Okay, I don't know how I can pronounce that. Envin Stockmelnik. Something like that. I apologise for butchering your name. Thank you for the awesome video message. Johnny's here. Hello, Johnny. Okay, I think I got everyone. No, Christopher White just popped in. Cool. Okay, I've got everyone for now. Anyway. Yay. No, Monster Mark. Hello. Intimate Tech. Hello. Okay. So, I'm expecting some more packages that's part of some of the stuff here. I'm a bit disappointed it's not here yet because some of the stuff that I ordered came really quickly. Like, ridiculously quickly. Like, within 7 days from AliExpress. And some stuff has now taken 4.5 weeks. And they're all part of the same stuff. But I can't wait anymore. I want to show you some stuff that I've bought. It's super exciting for me. Maybe not so much for many of you who already dabble, but this is the first time I've bought any of this stuff to start playing, and so I'm kind of excited. Hello, Mr. Agony. Sounds painful. Oh, this coffee is so good. Sorry, hang on. Now, I know that Julian just did a mailbag, and he hasn't done one for ages, and I feel like I'm copying him, but I'm not. I'd already had this planned. End of day ASMR. Well, you'll be interested in this, Marius, because, well, kind of. Because this is the stuff you play with. But, hello, Aaron. But before we get to that, I've got TinyS2 news. Something very exciting. Well, exciting for me. Maybe for some of you, maybe not. I am finally releasing my TinyS2. So, that's really not in the center of the page. So here's my TinyS2, like on my website, there's a TinyS2 link, which takes you to the TinyS2 page. And it's going to be stocked by me and Primaroni. They've already got a waitlist page up. And Adafruit. And it's going to be available on Amazon as well. And it says coming soon, but I am going to, right now, release it. Like live. Because that's really exciting. And what could go wrong? What could go wrong? So, I am going to, you can't see what I'm doing right now because I'm in the back end of my website stuff and I really can't show you that. I'm very sorry. But I am going to now put in all my stock values. It's very exciting. And I don't have enough stock, but that's okay. I spent all of yesterday making 300 boards, 350 boards I made yesterday. The worst that could happen is I release them and no one buys them. But, you know, whatever. Okay, I am saving that. And it says I have people on the wait list. Do I want to send out a message? I'm going to say yes. Email all. And now I'm going to get rid of the coming soon message. Because it's no longer coming soon. And I need to get rid of my, I wish I could show you this, sorry. But I can't, this is like showing you the back end stuff. I mean, this is pretty boring, I guess. Just need to add my logo, get rid of the waitlist thing for my logo, and then it's done. Arriving at a mailbox soon. Save, and now if I refresh this page, we should see, yay! And if you click on it, here's the TinyS2 page. Ta-da! Wasn't that very unexciting? Release the dogs, release the hounds. I want mini USB. What? Don't do that. An S2 for ants. What? An S2 for ants? Yeah, I'm not doing a micro B version. I'm trying to get rid of micro B out of my pipeline if I can. It'll free up 2 spaces on my pick and place machine. TinyS3. Yeah, TinyS3 is a little bit away, a long way away, unfortunately. Shipping to Europe is still expensive. Shipping hasn't changed, unfortunately. I'm really sorry. I can't do anything about shipping. Why is the battery connector not installed? Because not everyone needs it. And so if you don't need it, then why have the bulk on the bottom of the board? But the footprint I use is hand solderable. So it comes separately with the battery, with the JST connector, like my Tiny Pico, but only one type, only the PH version. I need to improve the photography of these ones. I'm not overly happy with these pictures. Sold out already? I don't think so. We'll refresh the page. So, available just like before, single, 2-pack, 4-pack, and 10-pack. Yay! Okay. Whew, that's that out of the way. That's been a long time coming. I had some issues with PCBs from JLC PCB. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I got a whole bunch of PCBs that were wrong, and I had to remake them 3 times. 3 times, and I got a stencil that was wrong. This is based, yes, the S2 FN4R2. Hey, X Micron, it is. Although the label on the silicon on these is still the old label. So they actually changed their name for the chip after they first started production. I don't know why they did that. It's really bizarre. So this has got the FR01 silk screen on the chip, but they're identical chips. Hey Ray. Hey Jonathan. Yes, it's a different start time because of daylight saving started for me a couple of weeks ago, and so I've had to adjust. So I got to get up at 5 in the morning to do this. Hey Sharp Benz, thanks. Hey Emery. So I'm just going back and seeing who have I missed. Hello Peter. Was stuck at Pomeroni, but moving to China also sounds fun. I'm not moving to China. I'm not going to sell my stuff through China. How many analog inputs? Quite a few. So here's the pinout. So you've got A2 over here on 14, and you got A1, or forget about whatever the labels are, but these are all the analogs you see here. ADC2, ADC1, ADC1, ADC1. I've tried to break out as many ADC1 pins as possible because ADC2 is taken up with the Wi-Fi. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ADC pins available when Wi-Fi, when the radio is on. And 9 in total. 9 analog pins. Hey Benjamin, hey Renee. What was wrong with the... so the first batch they made were all shorted. And then the second batch they made, only 12 panels out of the order weren't shorted. So I got some panels off them yesterday, of the good ones from the second batch, and they shipped the third batch fixed ones. What day is it today? They shipped them yesterday. Hey Alan. So Alan, we've been playing phone tag. That's pretty funny. Maybe one day we'll get to speak on the phone. All pins are PWM pins on ESP32, pretty much. There's a couple of pins that aren't, but pretty much any pin it can be PWM. You ordered yours and they haven't arrived yet. I'm sorry, Graham. I don't want to. I've got my mail closed on purpose. I don't want to see. I don't want to know how many are coming in or not. USB-C Molex. What? What's Molex? How many Ethernet pins? 5 Ethernet pins. So the TinyS2 has IO0 broken out, as well as RX and TX, and they're needed because the S2 uses the native USB, but you can't flash. Well, you can flash via native USB, but you need to be able to. You can't get. Okay, let me rephrase this. So the native USB, when you use it, doesn't use UART 0. It uses UART 1. And so you don't get any of the IDF messages out from the native USB. If you want to see the IDF messages, like the boot messages and everything, they still come via UART 0, which is why I've got TX and RX broken out. And I kept, in this case, IO0 broken out. There's a boot button there, which you need obviously to get it into download mode, but there's no Ethernet on the ESP32S2, by the way. There's an Ethernet PHY on the regular ESP32, and the S3 will have an Ethernet PHY as well, but the S2 doesn't have an Ethernet PHY, so sorry, no Ethernet, unless you're going to use like a third-party chip or something. I had to break out 0 because I can't put these boards on my test jig without IO0 broken out, because it needs to toggle it to get it into download mode. Yes, S3. But the current ESP32 has an Ethernet PHY as well. But that needs IO0, and my Tiny Pico doesn't have IO0 broken out. So that's why there's no Ethernet shield for the Tiny Pico. But it's a fairly limited use case as far as I'm concerned. There are already ESP32 boards out there that have Ethernet or power over Ethernet, and if you need a board that has those things, the chances are you're not looking for the smallest board possible. You're looking for just a board. Hey DC Allen, does not need IO0. A custom Ethernet shield doesn't use IO0. Right, but are you using the ESP32 PHY, or are you using like a WizNet chip or something? Internet Tech? Right, so you're using an external chip, that's fine. You can do that, no problem. But the ESP32 has an Ethernet PHY. If you want to use its Ethernet PHY, then you need to have IO0 because that's what the clock is synced to. Yeah. So there are ways of doing Ethernet without it. And you know what? If someone wants to make an Ethernet shield for the Tiny Pico, go for it. Or even the S2. But yeah, you're going to use up most of your I/O to do that. So, if Ethernet's more important than I/O, okay. But as I said, there are plenty of other boards out there that have that. Nope. Sorry, clock from ESP32 Ethernet chip. What? Clock for ESP32 to Ethernet chip over GPIO 17. Right, but that's again an external. Anyway, okay. My understanding is to use the internal PHY, you need to use IO0. But that's as far as I've looked into it because I'm not making an Ethernet board. Ooh, Sylvia, I'll have another coffee. No. Alright, sorry. That's rude of me. Sylvia, can I make you a cup of coffee or tea? We should all offer Sylvia a cup of tea. Wonder if it would be more worth it to go SPI to an external Ethernet IC. I think so. The problem is you can't get chips at the moment. Using the native ESP32 Ethernet solution, but with an external. Okay. And you're not doing it through IO0. Interesting. Well, you can't do it through IO17 on a Tiny Pico anyway. With a Pico D4, because IO17 is used by the flash. So that would also be a problem. Yeah. Anyway. Ethernet on these would be interesting if it was using single pair. Yeah, no chips forever. I don't know a lot about Ethernet, to be honest with you, so yeah. Like, I can see power over Ethernet being something that's useful, more so than Ethernet, but I guess for like home automation type stuff, Ethernet would be useful, but again, the Tiny Pico wouldn't be the board you'd be using for that. I wouldn't think. You'd want something bigger and beefier and more expandable. Yeah, CP294 is a killer right now. I bought a couple of reels before I couldn't get any more, but yeah. What did I miss? Renovator, read her book. Okay. Not true, Sion. I just had a bag of chips. A bag of chips. Okay. Not quite the chips I was talking about, I don't think. Okay. So anyway, that's the S2. Yay, it's gone. How in my case, I have an Ethernet top hat for my custom ESP32 board, mainly for the LED community with time pixel data. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't a lot of use cases for Ethernet. Sorry, that's not what I meant. Just that it would still, for me, like I think it would be fairly niche still for the whole microcontroller space. 70 megabit. That's not too bad, actually. That's what. Yeah. Sorry, like I think for the number of Tiny Picos I've sold and to the type of people I've sold them to, Ethernet would not be on the radar for those people, I think. And for ones that are, there's already other boards out there. Okay, so is Benjamin from the future? I'm from the future. 70 megabits, which is not bad for a microcontroller. That's pretty cool. You can bitbang Ethernet on the 8266 though. Sure. Well, I mean, you could bitbang anything, couldn't you? Open mail. We should do a chant, Mark. Open mail, open mail. Anyone in the UK or close who's desperate for 24? I have a couple spare. I actually sent a little care package to Keen, who's part of the community, but pretty quiet. He's in Australia, he's in Sydney. Yeah, he can't get either. But like at some point I'm going to run out of stuff. Are you going to do a comparison page on your website? So I've actually started working on one, and yes, that Keen, Michael, Keen Mazels. I started working on one. I don't know where to put it. You might also notice, or probably not, but my TinyS2 page is actually now on my Unexpected Maker page, where like my Feather S2 page, for instance, is like a satellite website. I'm actually bringing all of my websites back into my Unexpected Maker rather than having them satellite. So this was the first one I did, and I've still got little bitty headings and stuff. So I'm putting everything back into the Unexpected Maker website bit by bit as I have time. And yeah, I will put a comparison chart. I've started working on one. It would probably make more sense once the S3 is out, I think. And as I said, the TinyS2 is a long way away, because generally Espressif will bring out their first round of chips which will have no flash and RAM inside them, and then it'll be many months before they bring out one that's got flash inside, and then a bit longer before they've got one that's got flash and RAM inside. And for a TinyPico footprint, I need flash and RAM inside the chip. So, you know, it's months still before the S3 is going to be available, just the bare chip, and then add 3 months or 4 months. Well, look, this chip's only going into production now, and the S2 came out, like I had my first stock in November last year. So, yeah, expect 6 months or so until I've got a TinyS3 available. Didn't they just release it? They announced, yeah, especially really bad, they announced it. The C6 could be 6 months away, 8 months away. And they announced it, and they haven't even released the C3 yet officially. And they've announced a chip that completely supersedes the C3. Someone in their marketing department needs to get fired, I think. I don't know what their what the deal is. What kind of camera lens do you use for close-up PCB photos? I've got my DSLR, my Panasonic, which you can't just see here, and I've got a really nice narrow angle lens. Look, I've even still got the plastic on it. So I've got a really nice Olympus lens that I use. And the problem is the solder mask is on the JLC stuff is really crappy. Like it's not solid black. And yeah, it's just really hard to take good photos of it. Ordered a microscope with a camera from AliExpress last week. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of getting myself a second HDMI microscope for my streams, so I don't use my main microscope that bounces around. So just a HDMI only one, I'm thinking. Maybe they don't have a marketing department and that's the problem. No, they've got a marketing department, but I don't know what the deal is with why they... Well, the C6 is quite a while away still. Like, you know, and even, like, I don't know why they announced so early. You know, like, they might be at the sample stage, I don't know, but they're miles away from IDF, you know, which means they're miles away from Arduino or anything else. Like, you know, I don't understand why they announce it so early. They could definitely go to their partners that would use them early and let them know, but a public announcement... Well, maybe because it's part of their being a public company that they need to continually show progress. I don't know. Um, yeah, look, the black is hit and miss. I still get sometimes my orders come with a grey, really matte black, like no shiny at all, like splotchy. And sometimes I get a black that's shiny, but not glossy. And then most of the time I get a black that is really bad coverage. Like perfectly fine to make boards and sell boards with, but you know when you look under the microscope, you can see that it's because they just rush them through. I'm convinced they just rush them. Send me a TinyS2 and I'll photograph it for you. I've got a proper photo booth tent and lights. So do I over there, but I tend to not use it. These pictures were actually temporary. I didn't mean to use these, but I just haven't had time to replace them. I'm time poor. Yeah, the S6. I mean, there's already, talk about the S4. Anyway, yeah, so the C6 is still RISC-V. And spec-wise, it's pretty much the same as the C3, but it looks like they've got much lower power consumption, which is really cool. Very cool. Like, the ability to have the radios on and still have long power life, which you can't do on an ESP30, a regular ESP32. Yeah, no, I don't want to do the digital asset representation. I want to actually have the photograph. I like seeing photos of boards. I don't mind for pinouts doing stuff like this, but when it comes to actually like showing the board, I want to show a photograph. I'll take some more photos. It's not a terrible photo. It's just, yeah. And photographing black on black is not easy. Send me some TinyS2s instead. I'll also have a proper photo booth. Oh, look, we're getting into a competition now about who's got better stuff between Johnny and Mark. This could get nasty. Yeah, everyone's happy to do photos for me. I can do the photos, folks. I mean, I take photos of my other boards and they look okay. Anyway, so let's do some mail. Hello, Wooden 1000. Let's open some mail. It's not what you got, it's what you do with it. Wow, this is getting really good now. Yeah, it's good, but it's not quite right. Yeah. I'll have a play. Look, it's hard when you got really shiny stuff. Like these USB connectors are super shiny. Super shiny and reflective, right? Like, look at that. So when you got something that's that shiny and reflective and everything else is kind of a muted black, it's quite difficult to, yeah. But I probably did a little bit too much post-processing on that image. Anyway, put it on a revolving table. Yeah, I could, but I spent days rotoscoping that. Hello, Sen3 mod. Okay, mailbag. Let's do it. Did I blinded cable tie? So, firstly, I want to show you. So, some of the things I've already opened because I'm using them. Make sure you wipe the fingerprint from the USB port. Everyone wants free boards. Sure. Okay, free boards for everyone. Yeah, the Sony ZV-1 is really, really nice, but it's really expensive. Like in Australia, it's really expensive. Like it's $1,600 or something. Desolder the USB, sandblast it, then solder it back on. Yeah, I don't know. Got some achromatic lenses, a 3D printed digital adapters. I can take cell structure of bugs. Okay. Anyway, hello Flowrider. Let's do some mail. So some of the stuff I'm going to show you is stuff I've already opened. Okay, but still pretty cool. So let's get started. Let's move my USB cable out of the way. I did end up buying one of these wire strippers, and they're awesome. These are the ones that Brian recommended for me many streams ago. Focus stacking. Yeah, this camera can do focus stacking. Focus stacking is cool, but it's a lot of work. If you put a nice flat green or blue background, you could easily color key. No, the rotoscoping as in the part that was sticking into, I'm not talking about cutting out the edges, the part that was sticking into the turntable, I had to manually place back on because it was cut off. So yeah, that type of rotoscoping. I'm not talking about moving backgrounds. Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't, you know what, I've seen people using them and I was a bit dubious, but this is amazing. The only problem with it is you can't cut more than one cable at once. Not easily, unless they're really thin. This really is, I recommend to anyone, if you want some nice cutters, these are really nice. Just like Brian, I hate stripping wires, and I have to strip a lot of them for my Reflow Masters, and these are just great. Yeah, a little expensive, or for me anyway, because I had to buy it from a proper store here in Australia, but very happy with that, so highly recommended. Next thing is I finally got myself some good calipers. Well, good-ish. I mean, they're still from AliExpress. These are heavy. So I got myself a really nice set of calipers, because I have been using these ones for a really long time, and they're crap. I mean, apart from the fact that they're broken, right? Comes off the end, and the measuring dipstick is gone, and sometimes it doesn't turn on, and it's really crap. Oh, thanks, Rota. What are those wire strippers called? Hello, Sven. They're a Wellcon brand, and they've got a couple of, so number 5 is, I think it's just the gauge and the size. And they're made in Germany. So you probably find that buying them overseas is going to be much easier than buying them in Australia. No. I'm not prepared to spend $300 on calipers, Emery. But yeah, and you can adjust the length here of how long it's going to strip. What's interesting is this, the shortest length here is probably a little bit too long for what I would have preferred, but that's okay. They're pretty cool, and you've got cutters down the bottom here. So yeah, I have the same one. I recently found that you can pull the red part on the back when it's closed and keep it closed. You can what? Pull the red part on the back. Oh, is that what this is for? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I wonder what that was for. Right. So for storage, you can keep it closed. Thank you for that. 3D printer, new stopper. No, it's okay. It's fine. Interesting. I have the official Knipex. That's German, I believe. You have 5 years before you found out. Use my teeth for stripping. No, I like my teeth. Anyway, so I've got these new calipers. They're really nice to use. And they come in handy. And what I really like about this one is I wanted one this time that had the ability to do these fine adjustments with my thumb, because this one didn't. And it was like the smallest amount you can move, it's like 0.4, 0.5. It was really frustrating, and it's just plastic rubbish. Hey, Gerald. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with those. This I'm going to show you because it's hilarious. Oh, my cables are all... I had to pull my camera off, and I set up last night again, and I haven't wound my cables properly. This you're going to laugh at, okay? I got this... So I bought a whole bunch of USB cables for Sam. Actually, let me grab one, I'll show you. So I've got a specific requirement for Sam for my wheel racks, and that is that, firstly I wanted braided cables, but I needed 90-degree USB-C because I'm space constrained about where the racks are sitting on my shelf. And so having a USB-C cable that stuck out like this was too far, right? Even with a braided cable, I didn't have the depth. So I wanted to get some 90-degree cables. And actually found a company in Australia that stocked these. They're called Aussie Gadgets. And they're really nice braided cables. And they've got 90-degree for both the USB-C and the A. And so I bought a bunch of these cables, right? I've got like a short length and a longer length. And the company also, they didn't have a lot of other stuff on their store, but they had this, and I bought it for shits and giggles, right? So this is one of those things that people stick on their phone when they're taking video, and it's a light, it's an RGB light. And so when they're taking selfies, they can light themselves, right? Hey, Rob. And oh my God, I mean, I would never ever be caught. Oh, there's a picture of family. How cute. I would never be caught dead with one of these on my phone, but I still wanted to get one and have a look at it, right? And so this thing actually, I might have to adjust my camera. It looks way brighter than it is. I mean, that looks insane, right? But it's actually not that bright. The camera's just completely blowing it out, right? So it's got different color modes. So you got brightness up and down. I wanted to see what was inside it. So if I hold this down, it's going down to low. We've got the guts and stick some CR 95 plus LEDs in there. Well, this thing, the moment the stream ends, CL will be practicing all the TikTok dances. No, I absolutely won't be. We have video proof. Okay, thanks, Mark. And so it's got different modes. So like here's where it's cycling between different colors. Let me just tone my camera down. There you go. It's still blown out completely, right? And then it's got all these different modes. So this is fade up. So this is like a rainbow effect. A really slow rainbow. Looks like an arc reactor. So I was curious to see how bright it was, and I was curious to see like what's inside it. Like it runs off batteries, and it still gets quite bright, and there's quite a few LEDs in here that you'll be able to. Or maybe you can't see on the camera. It's going to go. Oh, you can see. No, you can't see on there. Because of really bad things. Okay, you can kind of see how many LEDs are in there right now. And I was curious to see how long it would last for and if they're using addressable or not because of the power requirements. Two-minute teardown. Yeah, I wouldn't mind pulling it apart. So I might do that now because I wanted to see what was inside it. But I can't. I think it's I'm gonna have to break it to get it apart. So there's no screws anywhere, and it looks like it's completely clipped in, but it could be glued. Well, I'm gonna have to break it to get it off. There's this rubber. Oh, hang on, let me get my light back up. So there's this rubber on the back that's covering it, and I'm pretty sure once I pull it off, the thing's broken. So, but let's do it. Let's see what's inside it. How do you change the batteries? Well, no, you charge it. It's got USB. You can charge it. So it's got charge circuitry in here. It's got a battery in here. It's really light. I don't know how big the battery is, but it's got to be really small. Or smallish. I mean, so like you see this, I know this is pretty big, right? This is a 2000 milliamp hour battery. Let me just get a bit closer. We focus. Right, you look at the size of that battery, I mean, that's pretty big. This battery weighs more than this does. Like, this is really light. Ooh, it doesn't want to focus. So, okay, shall I pull it apart? If I could get the spring out, that would be really helpful. I'm just going to break it. Let's just break it. Do it for the... I can always buy another one. Okay. Spring is out. Oh, that's a pretty heavy duty spring. Didn't even bend it. Right. So now at least I can hold this open. Look, there could be screws on the bottom of this. I don't know, but I can't. Like, it's glued in. I wasn't planning on doing a teardown today, by the way, but this is... I really want to see what's inside it. I mean, I'm sure it'll be pretty basic stuff, but there's a microcontroller of some description and battery charging. Okay, I can see there's a little possible thing I can stick a screwdriver in now. If I can find a screwdriver, maybe I can unclip it. No. Maybe there's another one somewhere. It looks like that's a screwdriver access, right? Yeah, I think it's glued, but yeah, this outside shell is definitely glued. You can see there's a gap here around the edge, right? But that is, yeah, that's glued in place. Right, I'm gonna break it, I guess, by pulling it apart. Is there some way I can get this back off? See, they don't unclip. Okay. Potted maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's not gonna... I don't know where the LEDs are. I don't want to rip an LED off by doing this, if there's an LED just there. Now that's completely glued in place. Oh, come on. Can I get underneath the cover? No. Yeah, that's completely glued in. Does the top ring pop off? No, it doesn't. That's glued as well. I can't even get... I got a brand new blade I just put on this morning. Like, this is really sharp and I can't get this in. It's definitely glued. Hammer time. Get all this crap off. Right, there's another clip point there. God. How much was it? I think it was $10 or something. $10 or $12. It was more money than I wanted to spend to see what it was, but it was worth... I was just curious. Oh, get off. Right. I mean, there's... No, they are absolutely glued in. There is no movement on this. Jesus. No, they are glued in. Ugh. 100% glued in place. I can't even get my knife into it. There's no gap. Charm eye will shake it apart. I'm being very gentle. Are you serious? I got a hole in my thumb now. Nah, it's completely glued. Do you want me to smash it with a hammer? I don't want to break it. I want a working version of it when I pull it apart. Guess I could always get a hot knife, maybe. Break this off. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even pull this off. I reckon there's a rod through here holding that together. Okay, I can snip them off, but it's not going to help me. Some cutters. Gladly snip the back off. Not like I'm going to use it. There we go. That's where the spring was. Seems to seam on the flat bit on the front. What, is there a seam? No. Like this is, it's glued on. This top thing, that's completely glued on. And this bottom section here is that's like it's completely glued. It's either it's glued or it's one piece. And like maybe it's not supposed to come apart. Maybe. Oh, hang on. Oh, progress. Ah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at that tiny little battery. But how does this come off? Maybe this will unclip now. I don't see how. 600 milliamp. No, I'd say this is 300. It's stuck down. I don't want to rip it. I want to get this outside off first if I can. But how? Right, I can see that they look like 5050 LEDs in there, but I can't, like right here, there's a little bit where I can stick my screwdriver in, but there's an LED right there. Hot air it. Yeah, I don't want to melt stuff. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, get up. I had my screwdriver in and I lost it. Hang on. Get up. Okay, I've got my screwdriver wedged in there, but I can't see what it's clipped to. I think you see these bits here that are sticking out? That's what's clipping it in. They're pretty big. I don't know how I'd unclip them. Oh no, they can't be those because they're sticking too far. How much time am I going to waste on this, folks? Stuff it. Shall I move on? Maybe we can come back to it. Oh, I just broke the clip off. Hey, Ian. Oh, God. Get off. The other thing I can do is cut it. No, please. Please what? Rip it up. I'm trying to rip it open. Oh, God, I'm like damaging my thumbs. Other than cutting it, I don't know what else to do. Cut, cut, cut. I like the diffuser though. Like I wouldn't mind using this. Maybe I can make a ring light. But, well, it is a ring light. You know what I mean. I think I need a wider screwdriver. What have I got? Get the knife into it. Hopefully I won't snap the knife. No, I'm going to snap the knife. Have to open on stream no matter what. Hey, Dave Darko. I don't care if I destroy it. Like, at the end of the day, I can buy a new one if I really want one, but... Come on. I don't know where the clip is. Need to get a wider Phillips head. Flathead. Right. That's what we need. This is what we need. Let's get serious. Just gonna rip it to shreds. I can't get it in. Get in. Here we go. Okay, ready? Got it. Oh. Whew. Ta-da! My fingers are sore. And there we go. Surprise, surprise. It's a NeoPixel ring. Who would have guessed? Okay, I need to get it off so I can get it out. There we go. Yay! That's not a screwdriver. This is a screwdriver. Okay, I need a little Phillips head. Little Phillips head. This is not what I thought I'd be doing on my stream today. Okay, and get the battery off. Ta-da! Okay, oh, and there's no marking on the battery. I'd say that's a 300. Or a 150 even, I don't know. And look at that PCB. Single-sided, crappy PCB. And they're addressable LEDs, obviously, because they've got power, ground, and data. So I wonder what little micro is on here. We have to go under the microscope, aren't we? Except I don't have my microscope plugged in. It's not plugged in. As in, I don't have any HDMI. I don't want to short it. I don't want to short it. How close can I get? Let's see how close I can get. So that's what's on it. So we've got charge IC over here, I'd say, and I don't know what that micro is. Let me see if I can recognize it under the scope. Let's see if it's scratched. Oh, it's completely scratched off. Wow. And the board has got a whole bunch of components missing. As in, not needed, but they've got, there's a 6-pin SOT23 that's not populated. There's 3 resistors, 1 capacitor, not populated. But yeah, this chip is completely scratched off. Why do they do that? It's probably one of those really cheap, use alcohol to wet the top and try to read it. Okay, I'll try that, hang on. I'll try with some not enough. Alcohol. No, that's completely scraped off. Nah, nothing. Ah, nothing on it. Nothing on it. completely blasted off. I mean, I could probably go backwards and try to look at... God, these wires on the battery are so thin. Anyway, I could probably trace it backwards and work out what the different pins are on the chip, but it's obviously a super cheap micro. Does it work still? That's a really good question. I hope so. Let's find out. Which one was the power? I think it was this one. Whoa, yep. Yep, it works. Sorry, blind. We're all blind now. Yes, it works still. High-res photo, share in Discord. Yeah, I can do that. Well, I'll have to... Well, I don't have anything to take a high-res photo of it right now. Whoa, that is... Take it with my camera. Hang on a second. See how close I can get with my camera. I don't think I can get high res enough or sharp enough. Yeah, it's not sharp enough. I'll do it after. I'll have to paste it after. Who's saying what again? Yeah, I don't know how long the battery would last for. That's the thing. Like, I've not charged it once since I got it. And I've had it on for a bit. I might just let it sit here for the rest of the stream and see what happens. Whoa, that's really bright. Okay, let's move on. I got more mail. I haven't even got to the exciting stuff yet. You could do with a ring light for that pic. You're also funny. Okay, next mail. Wow, that is so bright. I'm just going to move it out of the way. You'll be able to still see it going. There you go. Hopefully you can still see that. So, next thing is... I'm going to open this box. Am I going to dox myself? So, this is from Core Electronics. Where did I put my knife now? Lost my knife. This is from Core Electronics, and this has got some exciting stuff in it. If I can open it. Decap the chip and do some dye photos. Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. Sorry. Okay, so open. So I got myself one of these Argon 1 cases, which is the same as one like this here. My other Argon 1. But this one is the M.2 version. And so what that means is it's got a spot down the bottom. I'm sure many of you have seen these or seen like it. And this it's taller than the other one by quite a lot, as you can see here. And it's even got full-size HDMI now. But what's cool about this one is in the bottom, you can install an M.2 drive. So I also bought myself an 860 EVO 256 gigabyte M.2 drive, and I'm going to install this in here. And then what you can do is, after the first time you boot off SD, you can enable booting off the actual SD, so the M.2 drive, and then from then onwards everything runs off the M.2 drive, which means it's super fast compared to running off SD card. Oh, you got one, Aaron? Yeah, it's really, like, I've been wanting to do this for a while. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to move Sam over to this. Either move Sam over to this, or I'm going to use this for the project I'm about to talk about. Anyway, so this is cool. I got one of these. Been procrastinating for quite a while. I should put all that together so I don't lose it. Also got myself another Pi, 8 gig, and this is for this project you'll see in a moment. But check these out. So Core Electronics, they've also got a Neoden 8, and they've started making their own hardware, and so they've designed this range that they've called Pico Dev. Get a little bit closer, stay in focus. And so they've come up with a range of these little cute little bags. They've come up with a range of I2C sensors. Right, so this one here is atmospheric sensor. It's got a BME 280 on it. Little tiny boards. So it's got I2C in and out, stemmer connectors, plus broken out headers. Ooh, the edges. Not cleaned edges. I'll have to have a chat with them about that. So they've got a few different boards in their range. They've got, so that one, they've got the precision temperature, TMP 117, and they've got an ambient light sensor using, what is it? A VEML 6030. So I bought their sensors. They've also got a couple of other ones, but they're for the Raspberry Pi Pico, which I don't have. By Alan. Not delivered by. No, not delivered by. Core Electronics has entered the game. They have. And so anyway, I wanted to grab these and just have a play with them. I don't have a lot of I2C boards here that have stemmer connectors on them. So it'd be useful, right? So, I want to support them. So I grabbed the ones that I could use anyway. And they also made these little breakouts, which are really cute. It's a really clever idea. So this is a stemmer connector with 4 header pins. So you can breadboard, you can connect, like I could connect one of these, for instance, with a little cable, right? And then connect this to a breadboard, like for my Tiny Pico or something. So that's actually really clever as a little breadboarding idea. And you can see they're using KiCad because of the little labels. Stemmer is not Grove. Stemmer and Quick. Grove is a Stemmer is a 1mm pitch header, so very small pitch. And Grove is a 2mm pitch, and the pins are not compatible. Is the Rhoda, stay away from that conversation. Input 2 is connected to USB 3, if I remember correctly. It's connected to USB 3, yes, Photochromax, but you get pretty fantastic speeds. I mean, USB 3 is super fast. So, I mean, the Raspberry Pi 4 doesn't have a PCI Express lane, so couldn't do it to that. So anyway, I bought a whole bunch of these as well, because these are cool, these are cute. I don't have any short ones. And these will come in handy if I ever continue with my Tiny Digit. More on that at a different time. So anyway, so that's a nice little haul from Core Electronics. So definitely check out their new Pico Dev range of stuff. They've got all sorts of stuff. If you've got a Raspberry Pi, the RP2040, or Raspberry Pi Pico, whatever they're called, they've got a range of stuff for that as well. Okay, so actually I'm going to try to keep all these together if I can. Put them back in the box. Okay, now we're getting to some alley stuff. Some very, this I'm really excited about. This I'm excited. So I saw these locally, but they weren't available. And they were branded eSun. But I was buying some other stuff on Ali, and these popped up in the list. And so I bought them, and I've been busting to use them, but I wanted to do a mail bag on them first. You are all going to love these, if you don't already know about them. Well, any of you that do 3D printing. So these are resealable bags. Can I get any? I can't get back any further. These are resealable bags for filament, but with little air pockets to get the air out. I don't know what the clips are for. These are vacuum bags, but pumped vacuum bags. So, where did I get them? I will show you. I've got a link prepared for this. I'll put all the links to whatever I can in the description at the end. But, here we go. Yes, it's an affiliate link. I might even make 3 cents if anyone buys any. So, the problem with a lot of filament these days, like especially the eSun, is they don't come with resealable bags. So, and a lot of printer companies now don't have resealable bags, but even if they do, they're still fairly useless because you need to get the air out of them, right? So, grab some filament. So if I grab this roll of blue filament and I stick this in here, and I should put some silica in here as well, but let's forget about that for the moment. And I seal the bag. Oh, that's a really good seal. Wow. Right. I've not used this before, by the way, so I don't know how it works. And how does this work? Isn't there supposed to be a thing? Or does it stick on like... Do not feel beyond this line. Oh, right, okay. So how does this... How does this work? I've never done one. This is vacuum, but is there supposed to be a little clip? I thought you would have poked something in, but maybe not. We're doing this live, everyone. Oh, there is a hole there. It doesn't have 10,000 bags of silica. I do actually have... I've actually got about 12,000 bags. Hear it boiling off when printing. How does this work? Anyone know how it works? I can feel that this is pulling. Yeah, this it sucks or not. Am I supposed to take the sticker off? I don't think so. I don't understand how it makes a seal. Did something drop out of the bag that I missed? Oh. Use an electric pump. I don't have an electric pump. Have a look at the fitting. I don't know if I'm supposed to take this off and reseal it with it or not. I can feel there's a hole there that's really thin. Anyone know how these work? Put the pump down over it on a flat surface. Okay, put it down on a flat surface. Oh, something happened. Here we go. It's sucking. I probably had too much air to start with in it. keeps moving off. It's definitely sucking air out. I would have thought it would have been... I don't know whether it needs to be flat or not. There's a video on the link I posted. Okay. Let's check out the video. No, I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. Where's the video? Oh, your finger underneath. Finger underneath. Maybe. No. Put the hand pump on the air valve and pump the air out. Where's the video? You said there was a video. Oh, this isn't annoying at all. Yeah, like if I'm squishing this together, I don't see how I can pull any air out. The video is at the top. Oh, right. No. Where am I? I must be blind. Oh, that video. Right.
Hey guys, today we would like to show you how to use the vacuum bag and the pump.
Oh, come on.
You can see there is a valve, air valve here. This one is for draw the air out. The first, we need to put the filament inside of the bag, seal the bag. Okay, the second one, we need to align the pump with the air valve.
Oh, right. So you do go up and down a lot. Okay, I thought I was doing that bit wrong.
Okay, you can check the result. So next time when you...
Okay, so I was doing it right, but had to do it a million more times. How many times did he do it? Did we count, Paul? It's getting warm. Yeah, okay, well, I'll leave that for another time. I guess I was more excited than I should have been. Damn. Okay, I thought that was going to be easier to use. Let's move on. Oh, look, a little bit of cold coffee left. A little less than infinity. Yeah, I'm just going to get a compressor to suck the air out. I'll adapt this, I think, to a, yeah. The bags themselves, though, if I can get them resealing, like if I can get them the air out, should be good. Yeah, just get electric pump. I agree. Good idea. So, now, here we go. Use the vacuum pump off the desoldering gun. I don't want to pull my desoldering gun apart. I've got a vacuum pump. I've got my old one I used to use for, well, now I can get one because Johnny did that. Thanks, Johnny. Pushed the air out before closing the top seal. Yeah, there's too much air to start with in that, maybe. Okay, let's go. This and the next one are together, and these are what this is for, and the argon case. So, where did I put my... I've lost my knife. Oh, no, here it is. So this is just one of a whole bunch of these that I bought. But I do not... The other stuff just hasn't turned up yet. So this is an assortment of... What did Peter say? What's funny? Did he give up? This is not what I'm paying for. Right. Well, I've given... I don't want to, wasting your time on the stream trying to do that. I'll work it out and I'll show you another time. So, this is a set of corner brackets, T-nuts, washers, and machine screws that I must have nicked the bag when I opened it. Oh, excellent. Silly me. I'll get another bag for these. And they are to go along with... I can't... This is long. I can't get it under the camera. Would anyone like some 2020 aluminium extrusion? Yay! I've got an assortment of... And what is all over this plastic? And it reeks. Ooh, it stinks. Anyway. It's all the bits of aluminium. 2020 black anodized extrusion, a whole stacks of 600 length, 100, what was it, 200 length, I can't remember what I bought, an assortment of all sorts of different lengths. Now, this was crazy, this had free shipping from AliExpress, and I thought, yeah, okay, free shipping, it's going to take forever. It arrived in 7 days. Here's a link to the supplier I used. It arrived in 7 days with free shipping. So, yes, this is... I'm going to move this off. My God, it's a lot. This is so I can finally get back to my inspection system that I want to build. Whether it'll be useful or not, I still want to experiment with vision and image recognition and stuff like that. And so one of the things that's been holding me up for this is that this particular lens that I want to use, I need between 55 and 60 centimeters of distance from the board to the tip of the lens. And I had nothing here. Like I thought about building something out of wood, but I needed something that was actually strong and square. I didn't have to pay anything on them. No, because they were cheap. Like if you look at the pricing of what I just linked to. Oops. So, I mean, these were really cheap. Like, 600. Like, see that? Free shipping to Australia, 13 to 20 days. And it arrived in I think it was either 7 or 9 days. I think it it arrived on the weekend, like on the Friday, and so I didn't get it till the Monday. So it might have been 10 days because of the weekend. Like I bought a stack of stuff and it was below the threshold price in Australia of how much it was. Doesn't show free shipping to you? Sorry, I got free shipping for me. Yeah, I know. You pay like, yeah. In the EU, I get that it's low, but look, I couldn't find black. I wanted black. I couldn't find black extrusion that was even remotely close to this price in Australia. Anything local. So, but I was really impressed. I thought they were going to send it via the slow boat, but it got here really well, like really quickly. So yeah, so I needed something that had a long distance, and that I could build a plate to put the PCBs on. And so I procrastinated over this for ages, but I finally decided that, because I've been wanting to play around with extrusion and mechanical stuff for a long time, and never had a project to do it with, right? And didn't want to just keep buying more stuff to sit around doing, in a pile that I never got to. So I've got this project. I'm going to do this. I've got a whole bunch of steppers, NEMA steppers as well, left over from my original 3D printer, that once I put this together as a revision 1, which won't have any type of automation on it. Once I've got a little bit more experience with doing this stuff, I want to add the ability to it be able to center the PCB inside the vision using steppers, right? So this should be an interesting project. Even if, as I said, even if at the end of the day, what I make isn't overly useful for optical inspection, it should still be a fun project, and it'll be a really good learning project for me. Next, you build a giant 3D printer like Ivan. No, I'm not interested in going that far. I'd love a CNC though, but I'm not going to build my own CNC. I mean, this mechanical stuff is in a completely different realm to where my skills lie, and I'm happy to learn and do stuff, but I have to be realistic with myself that I've got too many interests, and this takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of investment. So, but I'm starting. So I've got so that's what the Pi's for. 8 meg of RAM, because more RAM for vision is better. And I'm going to get this into the new Argon case. Not that I need the M.2 drive for this specifically, but it'll be helpful if I'm, writing down images really fast. And yeah, but I'm waiting on a whole bunch more of this type of stuff that I bought, because I found some. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I found some corner connectors that will be like, because right now to use these, I need to get like one in the corner there, one in the corner there, right? Where, like, if I want to have this way and down, I found ones that have an all-in-one corner piece. And let me see if I can find it. Hey Richard, welcome. Oh yes, I will verify that I'm not a robot. Orders. Come on, why is it going so slow? Right, these ones. So I found these, which, So these should allow me to square the structure that I need to make. I think much easier than trying to do them as individual brackets. So, is there a better picture? So this has the corner and the T-nut all in one, right? So I'm waiting for these to arrive. And I got a whole bunch of stuff from this supplier. So I've got heaps more T-nuts and screws and corner bits and a screw tap and a whole bunch of standoffs. But it is... Oh, flight arrival on the 29th. Wonder if that means I might actually get it soon. Let's find out. Right, hasn't gone through customs yet. Oh well. Maybe in a couple more weeks I might get it. So, I'm waiting for these corners before I start putting it together. But yeah, this is my first foray into working with aluminium extrusion and stuff, and I'm quite excited. Quite excited by it. It'd be nice to get this project moving. Yeah, I doxed myself again. That's okay. I always do. You know what? Anyone that's bought anything from me has my address. And yeah, which is many of you in the stream. So it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So I gotta find a place to store all this though. I don't know where I'm gonna store it all. So that's my mail haul. Oh, as well as my JBC soldering iron, which is awesome. Love it. I've used it quite a bit. It's insane. Like, it heats up like within like 4 seconds. It goes from 0 to 350 degrees in like 4 seconds. Yeah, my 14 terabyte external drive has arrived. Now to back things up. 14 terabyte external drive. Single point of failure. Not good. Is it at least rated so you get some redundancy on it, Bruce? I hope so. What? So does my wife when I forget to put those clothes in the dryer. What are we talking about? Build a storage rack out of aluminium extrusion. Yeah, I don't know. What do you mean, a storage rack for reels and stuff? Or I've already got my shelving out there for that. 0 to 300 in 4 seconds. Right, I get it. That's quite funny. Right. No, I don't want to build storage with it. I want to build mechanical. Like, I want to build moving things. It's just a money grab here anyway. What's a money grab? Well, it's not really a joke. I mean, there are plenty of storage solutions out there that people build out of aluminium extrusions. Like, it's, yeah. There's actually a lot of like commercial stuff that you can buy that people have built, like desks and benches, workbenches and storage, all made of extrusion, like 3D printed shelves and stands and whatever. It's actually on the NAS is music and video mostly. Okay, so not things that you need to really worry about if you lose. What do you mean, Ray? I want to know what Ray means. It's just a money grab here anyway. Are you referring to my posting like referral links. See the push on the left, but what did you have in the box on the right? What box on the right? Huh? I always wanted to get a JBC, but they were much more expensive. Oh, right. Yeah, the importing tax and stuff. Yeah, it's horrific. So I just had a customer buy like a really large order of Tiny Picos that got shipped to Israel, and he just got hit with 27% import fee on the order, including the shipping part. I mean, the shipping alone was $200 US. Like, it was a really large order, and yeah, 27%. Like, that is just nuts. Yeah, I was originally going to get it. I was going to get the Hakko because it was like $380 cheaper than the JBC, but I found the JBC that was only like $120 cheaper, so I bought the JBC instead. It was always what I really wanted, but yeah, I just really couldn't afford it. But then I could because it was the same. Ended up being this very similar in price. I think all up I spent about $110 more for the same thing that I wanted. Dishib is falling asleep standing. Why are you standing? But good night. Hope you get a second. Hope you have a good sleep. Hey, Digital Things, just joining and saw your 2020 profile. Was amazed as I just got some this week. Oh, cool. 3D printed my own corner pieces, nut holders, attachments. I thought about doing that. I need this thing for the optical inspection to be really sturdy and really square and perfectly square. And honestly, the kits for all the bits and pieces are so cheap. Like, it was like I would have spent way more in filament than I would have on all this stuff. So I just bought a whole bunch of different things. So what's in the Prusa box is another Prusa. So there's a Mark III in here. So I'll have 2 Mark IIIs. There's also replacement Z-axis, left and right Z-axis for my current printer because there's something wrong with that printer. And then the top box is the MMU. It's the multi-material upgrade. So my plan is to put the multi-material on the new one so I can print multicolor and have both printers. So I can, yeah, I don't always need 2 printers running, but there are stacks of times where I do. Like on the weekend, I sold a bunch of Reflow Masters and like just printing cases, like case after case after case after case at 4 hours a case. I could print twice as many. And there's a problem with my current printer where I can't print anywhere near the edges of it, which is because of the Z-axis. I think the steppers have burnt out or something inside. So with the new printer, I'll be able to print twice as fast because I'll be able to use the whole area. And I didn't buy a kit. I got it pre-assembled this time. My first one was a kit. And I've never been convinced that I assembled it well. You could use some heavy ironwork from your old P&P for the optical stuff. Not really. I mean, that's all custom shape stuff. Like, it's all the wrong shape and everything. Have I made any Tiny Pico cases? What do you mean, 3D printed? I actually have a case that I almost finished design, but I never got around to actually finishing it. No, I mean, I probably should. There's other people who have done cases for Tiny Picos. I'm guessing with the new Prusa box that the sofa is finally gone. Well, I don't know where I'm going to put them yet. I don't want them behind me. I'm thinking of putting them down that end so they can be running like during streams and stuff. I don't know. I don't really have a place for 2. And what I really need to do for this one is put it, like, I need to build a place for it where I can have 5 filaments sitting up above it, feeding into the multicolor, the MMU stuff. And so it's not just a matter of having a bench. I need a whole something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But for the moment, that one's going to go. I'm going to put that there while I pull that apart and try to fix it. And then I'll work out what I'm going to do. So another process that happens when the vertical axis has been nudged since... No, I calibrated this 1,000 times. No, there's something wrong. There's like... I can do 2 prints in a row, and one print will be almost fine, and the next print, it won't stick anything at all down the left-hand side, anywhere. Like, there's something... Yeah. And it also makes some weird noises. Like, there's definitely something going on with it. I don't know specifically if it's the steppers on the Z-axis or not. So which one did I get? I got the... Is the model on the thing? The bed is dead. No, yeah. Like, I've done the modification to that where I can adjust the, I put the lock nut with the nylon threads system on that, so they can be adjusted. I can play with the level of the bed, and I can get it absolutely perfect, like, 0.00, like, sorry, 0.011 in terms of deviation, and I'll print on it, and then I'll do the test again after I've printed on it, and it'll be 0.34. It'll be completely out again. There's something really weird happening with it. Yeah, the Z motors are loud. That they're making noise. Yes, I think there's something wrong with them. Yeah, they don't sound like they used to. Like, when I put that in stealth mode now, it's really loud. And when it's not in stealth mode, it's much louder than it used to be. There's and sticking my head to it while it's printing, it sounds like it's at least the left Z, at least. But I bought a left and a right, and I'm going to replace them both, right? And look, if it's not that, then I don't know, but I think it's that. The bed can't keep changing level all the time. Well, I always planned on buying a second anyway. It's bizarre. Like, there are some times where I'll go a week and I won't turn my printer on. But there are some times where I'll be printing for like 5 days straight, where I'm constantly coming in every 4 or 5 hours, restarting a next print and a next print and a next print. And, I've put up with that for a really long time. It's really frustrating, especially like overnight, where I could lose 7 hours or 8 hours of printing time. And it's the type of stuff I can't do on a continuous printer. Like, we spoke about that a few months ago. Like one of the Creality continuous, because I need to change filaments. I'm constantly changing filaments. Like, I might get an order. Like, I've been stockpiling cases. I've got a shelf over there full of Reflow Master cases. And I try to keep at least 2 of every color there, so I can, when an order comes in, I can just pack the order. But like, on the weekend, 3 black, 2 blues gone, and I only had 2 black and I only had 2 blues. So I got rid of those. I had to print a black, and then I had to reprint 2 more blacks and 2 more blues to replace the ones that I had, that I used. And just that's why I had the blue and the black on the printer. And it's just painful. Like, anyway. So I'd always planned on getting a second printer. Yeah. And I've been doing stuff like printing my own, so I've been printing my own storage boxes as well. Right, for my stock. So printed in 2 halves and joined together. So, like, I've been doing a lot of this type of stuff as well for my shelf. Custom width, custom sized cases. And so, like, a couple of weeks ago, like, I was in the middle of printing a whole bunch of these, and then I had orders came through, and I had to print Reflow Master cases, and I had to wait like 4 hours until this print was done, till I could load up, like, you know what I mean, to do a case. Like, it'd be really handy having a second printer. Plus redundancy. You know, having redundancy is also helpful, especially with this one, you know, being problematic. The bed's, well, there's nothing under the removable bed. It's all clean. Triple check that. I've got 2 different steel sheets, both same issue. The bed itself could be wonky, but I don't know because it keeps changing. Like, I can completely level it. I can spend like 2 hours with that Prusa leveling tool, get it perfect, right? And then after a couple of prints, it's completely out again. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The only thing that makes sense is there's something wrong with the Z-axis. Could you print those blue boxes with hexagon mesh pattern sides to save on plastic? No, because they're vertical on the side. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I need... They're really thin. So they're 1.4 millimeters thick. As thin as I can get them and still make them strong enough. Yeah, like it's I'm not overly worried about the amount of filament. But, no, the way they are is okay. Thanks for the promising prospect. I like building things with extruded aluminium. But for today, oh, it was a long day. Good night. Thanks, Carsten. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Have a good sleep. Good. It's actually not more printing time. That's a fallacy. So anytime the head needs to move around where it's not printing, it takes longer. Like if it's got to go up and down the outside, like this, printing, that's quicker than going like this, right? That's a fallacy. It really depends on the design if it's going to save any time or not. So, like if you remember the bottom of my turntable where I've got big gaps in it to save filament, that took 30% longer than to do it when it was completely full. Good night, Dave. Catch you later. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's the amount of travel it's got to do. And every time it's traveling where it's not laying down plastic is a waste of time. So you should build a P&P, Mark. Do it. But anyway, I've not opened this yet because I had to get my TinyS2 launched, which I guess now is launched. So now, today, maybe, well, no, because today I need to do this. Oh, this is something else I bought. Right. I bought PCB racks. Anti-static PCB racks from China. Yay! Yeah, today I need to do this. I need to separate and test and clean all of these. That's another 100 S2s, TinyS2s, and that's 200 Tiny Pico USB-Cs that I built yesterday. Built all of these yesterday because I'm out of USB-C. I got wiped out on Monday night and Tuesday morning. So I need to restock. And these are the last of my PCBs. I'm out of PCBs. I need to order more. So I need to also do that today. But yeah. So I need to do that before I start playing with my printer. And the other thing I need to do is work out what I'm going to do about Octoprint. I know that there are some people out there that do run multiple printers off one Octoprint instance. Off one Pi using multiple Octoprint instances. But I'm thinking I'm just going to set up 2 different Pis. Catch you later, Dave. Edessa, thanks for joining. Many small movements is slower than the equivalent distance all in one go. Having to ramp up and down. Right, yeah, and the up and down movement as well of the head every time. It's only minute, but it adds up. It does. But multi is easy and works well. What, multi-instance on one Pi? Is that what you meant? Or multiple Pis? I use the ArcWorld Octoprint plugin to minimize the number of movements. It changes the G-code. Okay, interesting. I always thought that the G-code that comes out of the Prusa slicer is pretty optimized, but Single ply mini printers. Yeah, I saw a couple of tutorials on how to do it. The thing that worried me was that it seems the hacks you need to do to get it working is problematic whenever you update Octoprint, maybe? I don't know. I think that's what I read. Only manage one pie, depends on how much mash I have with it. Haha. Is it a shepherd's pie? Okay. I'll have a look at Arc Welder. Cool. Interesting, Ian. Okay. Well, maybe I'll look at that. It's a Pi 3 B+. Yeah. So, I mean, that'll be fine. Pi and you lose both prints. Single point of failure. Right. Multiple pies the best. Maybe a nice lemon. Oh, yum. Lemon tart. Really tarty lemon tart. Yum. Catch you later, Fred. Thanks for joining. Yeah, like, well, at the moment I don't have a spare pie. Actually, I do. I've got an original 3. I could use that. That'll be fine. Hey, Exotic Geek. What did Sion buy? All sorts of stuff. Some good, some bad. You'll have to go back and rewatch. There's lots of stuff. My Lego case. Ooh, you're getting jab 1 tomorrow? So my local medical centre, like my doctor, they've finally got their first batch of vaccines, but they're for 70s and over at the moment. So I'll be in the next round. Use an orange, hey, one circuit, an orange Pi PC. It's nice. Yeah, I've got a few pies here. I'm quite happy to stick with the Raspberry Pis for the time being. How's Sam? Sam's good. So I've made quite a bit of progress on Sam. All my racks are in. Not populated yet. Actually, that's not true. I've got one rack sitting here right now because I'm working on a couple of new ideas and I need to visually see, like, it's close. Sam is great. Sam now, I've moved over to Pocket Sphinx for all the wake word stuff. So, like, when I say, he's off right now. Well, actually, are you off? Hello, Sam. I think he's off. Good. Yeah. So when I say hello Sam now, it doesn't need to go to the internet to detect that. It does that locally. And that means that when Sam's not awake, Sam is no longer listening and sending everything I say to Google, where before that change, when Sam wasn't awake, Sam would constantly be processing to see if I said, hello Sam. So that's a good change. And I've also managed to make Sam listen and reply like almost 2 to 3 times faster. So I actually found a bug with the speech recognition stuff / Pi Audio / the microphone driver, where it was adding too much silence at the start and the end. So if I said, hello, Sam, it would, and let's say that takes, I don't know how long does that take, like, let's say 3 seconds, I don't know, right? 3 seconds for me to say, hello, Sam. 2 seconds. It would add a second at the start and 2 or 3 seconds at the end of silence. That means it was a bigger file that it had to send to get processed. And so it took longer, but it also took longer for it to stop recording, which meant, hello, Sam, and then pause, and then hello, unexpected maker. It's now almost instantaneous. Does the new USB 30 chip still suffer the 5mm spike when you start Wi-Fi or Bluetooth? No, it's less. The S2 is less. I'm not sure exactly how much it is. It's probably closer to the 370 to 400 milliamp. There is still a spike, but it is less, yes. Hey, Tony, by the way. Google has a new low data rate codec. Oh, interesting. Is the light weird over in? No, the light's not. Oh, no, I think it's the light. It's red. I don't know what that is. It's just the light's weird. Yeah, no, I haven't injured my arm. Sam calls young speeder maker. I thought it'd be on a first name basis by now. Yeah, I thought about doing that, changing it to Sion. Doesn't say Sion very well. So that's okay. Is the ring light still running? Oh, no. I don't know when it stopped. It was on a little while ago. It's definitely stopped now. Or did it turn itself off? Hang on. It turned itself off. Interesting. So it was running for a while, but it shut itself down. That's pretty smart. It's just the calibration of the radios for that spike. Yeah, it's not great, but they have improved it with the S2, and maybe the S3 it'll be a little bit better. And I don't know what it's like on the C3. So yeah, let it on, let it keep going. What's on the rack on the bench? This here. This is TinyS2s. Another 100 TinyS2s and 200 Tiny Pico USB-Cs, which I pick and placed yesterday, and I have to pull apart and test today. And Carl got a Neoden 8. Yay! Congratulations, mate. So yeah, mine was purring all day yesterday. The only times I had to walk in, and unfortunately it was too many times, was running at like reel emptied, had to swap the reel, reel emptied, had to swap the reel. Very frustrating. It'd be really cool if I could get like 500,000 parts on a reel and don't have to swap the reels all the time. He wants Sam style voice. I've not found. Okay, so Mycroft and Pycroft. I've not played with. I don't think. Well, maybe I have played with Mycroft early on. So is it? It's local, is it? But what does it sound like? Okay, because I've not found anything that sounds good on the Pi that doesn't require going to the internet. Ready-made to run. Wait, so Mycroft is a complete solution. Is it text to? Is it just text to speech, or does more than that? Catch you later, Braden. Open source hardware voice assistant. Right, I don't want a complete voice assistant solution. I want to keep using what I've got. Yeah, it'd be a very large reel, Stephen. But I'm like yesterday, 7 times. I had to switch reels 7 times. I mean, look, it's not terrible, but it means like if I leave the office for some reason, like at one point I went inside, I was talking to Yaz for a bit, and came back, and the pick and place just been sitting there for like, I don't know how long. I must have been inside for half an hour, and pick and place just been sitting there because, you know, a reel ran out and I had to switch it. So use a house elf to refill them. I don't have any house elves. That'd be good if I did. You can just use the text to speed aspect via API and continue using your logic. Yeah, what does it sound like? I want to have a listen to what it sounds like. I've yet to find anything that sounds okay on the Pi, just because limited resources. Yeah, cool. I'll have a look. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Make it beat my phone. I can't make the pick and place do anything. It's I don't have access to their source code, and the pick and place is not internet connected. Although I can enable the internet on it. I've got instructions from Neoden how to do that. Sam doesn't know when my reel's empty because Sam's not connected to my pick and place machine. Again, no internet. It's not open source software on the pick and place machine, so I can't just modify it. Good on you for giving them all an item of clothing. What? What did I miss there? Will you do a coffee break? I need to go to the dunny. We can, or we can just, like, it's been 2.5 hours. We can also probably just wrap it up. Can you use your vision system above the pick and place to ping you when it stops moving for a while? Well, not above it. I could point it at it, I guess. Yeah. But that's a... it does... How would it know if it's in the middle of a job or not? Kindly give a complete part number for the TinyS2. What? What do you mean a part number? The TinyS2 is the part number. If you're talking about the chips, they're not available. Chips on them aren't available at the moment. House elf reference. Oh, Sam is my house elf. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. Right, but the pick and place beeps for lots of different reasons, and the beep's the same. Like, it beeps when it finishes a board, and it beeps when there's an error, and it beeps when yeah, but possibly. Anyway, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm normally in. It's just school holidays at the moment, right? So, yeah, I try to help out Yaz with the kids for going for whatever reason. So, yeah, normally it'd be fine. There's a light on the side, but the light, again, does the same color for the same things. Like it's either green or there's a warning. In the HP books, when a house life is given... Oh, Harry Potter books. Right, okay. Right, okay. I got it. I got the reference now. Sorry. School holidays, again, didn't have them last year. No break for the parents. No. I don't use the traffic light for anything, no. I've not automated anything. As I said, normally it's not a problem. Normally I'm in the office. I can hear it. I can hear it stopped. It's fine. It was just, yesterday was unusual because, you know, quite often I can go days without having to switch a reel. But yesterday, just a lot of different... Because I was pick and placing Friday afternoon and all weekend. Like I built 800 boards since Friday. 850 boards since Friday I've built. So it's been an unusual week this week. And I got through the whole weekend, you know, like 500 and something, 600 boards, the whole weekend without having to swap a reel. It all just happened to come at the same time. That's all. SP32 S2 FN 4R2, I think. I think that's the code. You can find it on their website, Shaq. Go to their website. They've got a product search. And it'll be on there. The only problem I currently have with my JVC soldering iron is that there are so many tips. Don't know which one to get. Right, I had the same problem. I was polarized, and I spoke to a whole bunch of people, and I ended up getting 2 really fine tips, a straight and a bent, and 1 medium and 1 fatter tip for general soldering. So I got 4 tips, and so far I've used 3 of the 4. I've used the bent, super fine one, like it's got a 0.15 mil tip, and I've used the other 2 sizes. Yeah, and it's really great, and you can hot swap them as you're going. There's a little thing on the front where you can put it in, and you can pull the cartridge out, and then you can put the cartridge back in, and it knows when the cartridge is out, so it stops heating, and then you can plug the other one in, and there's a part where you push it and lock it, and then it starts up again. It's really cool. So you can literally hot swap them because they're hot. It's very cool. The boards pin Peter going into your oven with belts themselves and come out the other end. Yes, it's all automated. It pick and places and goes through. And the only time that doesn't happen is that I've got an issue right now where my conveyor, I need to lift my pick and place higher. The conveyor's on a slight angle because the oven is sitting slightly higher than the pick and place machine. And so maybe 1 out of every 10 panels, it doesn't catch properly when it comes out onto the conveyor. And so it sits there trying to move it. It gets halfway on the conveyor and stops. And like lifting the pick and place machine is not a one-man job, because each corner's got to be lifted individually and it's got to be re-leveled. And the concrete in my garage is not flat, it's not level. So it's a massive amount of work. Like it took me, I leveled it myself when I installed it, and it took me the better part of a day, like probably 6 hours it took me with my car jack, from the car to, to change your wheel. It was really, really hard to get it perfectly level. So I don't want to do that again until I've got someone here who can help me. And when I do that, I'm going to actually pull it away from the wall about 10 centimeters. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that 10 centimeters will stop me from accidentally knocking reels as I move down that side. So, I want to move the whole line over anyway. And it's nice. It will turn off and go to sleep after a certain time. Yeah, the JVC, well, I think the Hakko does that as well. It goes, as soon as you plug it back onto the holder, it goes into hibernation. No, it goes into half temp, like down to 150. And then after a while, it goes down to like 20 and it sits at 20 degrees. It's really heavy. I can't remember. 600 kilograms? 680 or something? No, I can't remember how heavy it is. It's heavy. Really heavy. No, because I can't lower the oven. So I've already got the conveyor on an angle. I've lowered one side of the conveyor. The oven is fixed height. I can't lower the oven. So I have to raise the pick and place machine. And the ground is uneven in two directions. It's slanting diagonal in one way and diagonal the other way. It's really... What I should have done before I got the pick and place in is I should have moved everything at the garage out and got my floor completely re-leveled, is what I should have done. But I had a quote on getting that done. It was going to cost me $2,700 to level the ground. And it would have taken, like, everything would have had to been out there for, out for 2 weeks. And I had no place to store anything. Like, I just couldn't have done it. This is not a slanting for drainage. This is a really badly concreted ground. Like, it slopes in, it actually slopes into the center. Like, it's really bad. It was like this when we bought the house. Well, that's why I needed that proper drive-in forklift to get the unit down my driveway and into the garage. Yeah. I know I can change all that stuff. I haven't really... the only thing I've done on the settings so far is just adjusted my temperatures. But, I love how fast it ramps temperature. Like, it's incredible. Really, really good. Cut the concrete under the oven. No. Lifting the pick and place will be fine. Like, if I had that 6 hours it took me, because I had to do one wheel, like bend down on the ground, like do one leg, get back up, remeasure, go back down, tweak, get back up, remeasure. And then every time I changed a foot, it readjusted and I had to go back, right? If there was 2 people, one person looking at the level while I'm adjusting, I could have done it in 10 times quicker or even quicker than that. Like, you know what I mean? It was the getting up and going down and getting up and going down. Like, move it a bit, go up and look at how much it changed. Try to remember how much it changed, go back down and look a bit. Hey, Dodgy. Catch you later, Sven. Thanks for joining. Have a good sleep. Do you not have the auto leveling compound? Yeah, we do. It's not 24 hours to dry. It's not. It's 24 hours before you can touch it. It's 4 days or 5 days before I can put 600 kilograms on it. And it's really expensive, and it's a pretty decent size in there. Like, it's Yeah, it needed quite a lot. Get Mrs. Unexpected Maker to help. No. Not Yuz. Not her forte. No, that's okay. No, look, it's fine. I just need to, as I said, I need to raise it, and it's got to be leveled. It's a two-man job. It's a two-man job. So, maybe one day when Alan, if he's still on chat, has some time, he'll come over and we can get it done. But yeah. Oh, there you go. Cable ties offered. Yeah. So, and I can't I can't move it out until so the shed's done and full. And I don't have any friends, Crusader Geek. No friends. I'm a loner. And so I've got more space in the garage now and I want to now fit the garage out with workbenches. And once I've done that, because I've got no bench space in there, I'll have the space to move the pick and place over. Right now, if I move it over, I can't get through the garage. It's a two-person job. Sorry, a two-person job. Not... Yeah. Sorry. Audit cam top leveling one day. Okay, maybe. And how much is that stuff? It's okay, Crusader Geek. I get it. I understand. Yeah, Mike's a bit too far away. Alan just lives around the corner. So, yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm not ready to do it yet, but soon. My problem now is the workbenches I want for my garage. I can't get them delivered because they need a forklift. So, I'm back down to that same problem. Because of my driveway, you can't get one of those walking forklifts over the garage, over the driveway. It needs to be a driving forklift, which none of these companies that will ship me the big workbench that I want, they won't provide a driving forklift. And they can't just leave it out the front, and I can't do it myself because it's 130 kilograms and I can't get it off the pallet. So $8 a bag, 5 square meters, can drive a forklift on it in a week. Right, in a week. That's what I'm saying. So that's a whole week that I had no place to put my stuff in the garage. So, and my pick and place arrived and that was it. I had no choice. It had to go in. So I only finished renovating the garage 2 days before the pick and place arrived. And they couldn't have done the ground until I finished the reno. It just wasn't going to happen. Time to prepare for the horizontal. That's really funny. Mr. Who 30. Thanks for joining. Catch you later. Mine was okay after 24 hours. Yeah, I'm more worried about the smell and the moisture and the dampness from it. Like the shed concrete was stinky and sweaty for, 6 days, 7 days before that stopped. Catch you later, Rhoda. But they lay a slab and put a frame up in 24 hours. Right. So, yeah. Anyway. It's not going to happen now. I'm not leveling the floor in there now. Not going to happen. It is what it is. Is that a ham radio expression? Going horizontal? What does that even mean? Catch you later, Francisco. What sort of workbenches? So, like this is what I want. Well, one like this anyway. Let me find it. So I want to get one of these. So that's 1.85 meters wide with all the drawers, because the place where it's going, I'm going to lose all of the storage I've currently got there. This is going to replace it. So I need stacks of drawers. and then there's the workbench there, and then I want to get a couple. I want to get another 1.8 meter one that's no drawers, so it's just like a metal frame with a solid workbench on top, and a 1.3 meter one as well. So there's 3 different ones I need, and that's also going to be just a normal workbench. But I want wooden surfaces. I don't want stainless steel or metal surfaces. They've got to be wooden. They've got to be soft, or softer than metal. Okay, I didn't know that, cable tie. I'm not a ham radio user. Yeah, it's beefy. It is beefy, but I need something solid. It doesn't necessarily have to be on wheels, but they all come on wheels. That's fine. But yeah, so this is so the 10 drawer one. It's a 15 drawer anyway. Anyway, so that's why, yeah, I want it like that. But the problem is, again, delivery. It's like $200 to get it delivered, and they can't get it into my driveway. And it doesn't matter where I buy them from, it's the same problem. But yeah, it's a nice bench. Like, I want something that's going to last forever. I don't want to have to replace it again. And I need the space. Like right now, every time I want to switch a reel out, like on a feeder, I have to come into my office and find some bench space in my office, which is a real pain. Like I should have a bench right there to load up feeders. $68mm thick. Wow. Okay. I don't need it that thick. And I could always put another top over it, right? If I want to keep that neat, clean, I can stick some, ply over the top. Doesn't really matter. Need the what from Swordfish? Okay, I think we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you all for joining. I wish I had some more mail to show you. I can't wait till the rest of the stuff comes and I can start building that frame. I could probably start building it using what I've got, but it's not. I want those corner pieces. I want to know that it's square from the start. I'll keep you posted with these once I work out how to seal them. It seemed like such a good idea. I'll get there eventually. Get your S2s while they last. Yeah, I've only got a limited number of chips because there's no more chips. I can't get any more at the moment. So once this reel of these S2s are gone, I can't build any more TinyS2s. And I don't know when they're going. Well, they may have gone into production, but I still can't order them. As of last Thursday, I still can't order them. So what I've got is all I've got. Did you get my reply, Dodgy? I don't have Discord open right now, but I did send you a reply to your question about RX and TX. I hope you got it. Hey Rick, hello and goodbye. Ring light update. Yeah, it's turned itself off again. Like, I'd have to time it to see how long it stays on for, but Jesus. Oh, that is like full on. Anyway, yeah, it turns itself off. So the batteries last a while, I guess. Cool. Okay, bye everyone. Take care. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you all next week. Yay. Bye. I did, but I need more info. Check the video I sent you. The video I sent back in John's channel. I've got a video on my channel about how to use UARTs on any pins. So it's all in there. Okay. Bye everyone. Doo-doo.